All right, we're back after a quick little break here. Time to get into AT's college games to watch. He sent it over in classic yellow notepad format. And I got to admit, dude, you haven't made any spelling mistakes since last year.
I'm getting a
So,
little wiser, man. I'm getting wiser of age, I guess.
although, man, this penmanship is is really unique.
I think it's pretty solid.
Yeah. So you got 2 games on Friday and the rest are on Saturday. 13 games slated for this weekend. Kick it off for us, man.
Well, we're kicking off Friday night. 2 games, a little doubleheader on Friday night, starting with my Florida State Seminoles, 7-point favorites at Virginia. First ACC game for the Seminoles, coming off 2 dynamite blowout victories against lesser opponents, playing a tough Virginia team in Virginia. I'm going to tell you, Rome, I'm a little nervous about this one. Florida State got that big win against Alabama to start the year when no one thought it was going to come. I told you, Alabama was on upset alert. That came through. But Virginia's one of those teams I like sneaking into the ACC to be pretty competitive and tough. They've played well. Only loss was at NC State. I think they lost, I want to say 42-38. Maybe it was 35-31. But it was a close game, competitive game. This quarterback for Virginia is really good, athletic. It's going to be a high scoring game. So I'm going. So for the side here, I'm taking the over 59. That's the play in this one on Friday night. Florida State, Virginia, over 59 points. I think Florida State wins a close game in the end, setting up that top 5, top 10 matchup with Miami the following weekend in Tallahassee.
So you're going with the over, but you got
Over
Florida State winning?
Florida State wins, a close one, I think. Maybe they blow them out, but I think it's going to be close. But I like over 59. I mean, Florida State's averaging almost 35 points a game in the first quarter over the last 2 weeks, and Virginia's averaging nearly 40 points themselves.
Okay.
So
Shootout.
I think it's going to be a shootout. Virginia is going to be able to get to at least 24 points, and I see Florida State at least getting 38 in this one.
All right. I take it.
Over 59. Then we got TCU. TCU famously took it to Bill Belichick and North Carolina. We haven't really talked about them. We don't really have time to go on for a tangent on how bad they've been, but they've just been bad.
We did not get a chance to go over that. Wow.
They've just been bad. We'll leave it at that.
Okay.
TCU's look good coming off that win against SMU. Arizona State, like I mentioned at the end of the last segment, big win to start conference play over Baylor. I'm not going to lie. I love Arizona State here, -3 Friday night. Home opener for them in the Big 12. TCU is kind of really too one-dimensional to me, too pass-happy, really not having the running game going. You got to be real balanced against Arizona State. Arizona State is balanced. I think that's the difference here. I like Arizona State to win by at least 7. So give me Arizona State -3 over TCU on Friday night.
Wow. Okay. I like it.
Saturday, Jason's not here. His Notre Dame Fighting Irish take on the Arkansas Razorbacks. I don't know if there's a team right now in college football. I would put this comparison. Arkansas reminds me of the Denver Broncos in the NFL. Like so many tough losses. You go to the Mississippi game, you go to the Memphis game, games that they've been playing well and then found a way to lose. Arkansas is averaging 28 points a game in the first half. Second half, their offense hasn't been as good. Rome, we talked about it. I like Notre Dame. You like Notre Dame. Jason loves Notre Dame. I'm going Notre Dame -4. It's a big road game. I think Arkansas is kind of done what they can do. I think they're going to lost their mojo of these couple tough losses. I know the crowd's going to be worked up, but I like this card kid for Notre Dame. Really good quarterback. The defense, I think, for Notre Dame can contain the running game of Arkansas. I like Notre Dame -4 over Arkansas.
Let's see. Arkansas has up to this year wins against Alabama A&M. Arkansas State, those are both blowouts. Had a tough loss to Ole Miss. by 6 points, which I believe Arkansas probably should have won that one if I remember that correctly. And
They had a
then
chance to win it,
and then a tough 1 point loss to Memphis,
and they
which
lost it. And they lost it because they fumbled the ball in field goal range at the end of the game.
I missed that. I think I missed the end of that game.
So basically, they were inside the 20, running the clock out to set up the field goal, and the guy dove for a first down and got punched out. And Memphis got the recovery and eventually got the win. So
That's crazy.
I think Arkansas goes on a 3-game losing streak. We're talking about coaches getting canned.
Yeah.
This Arkansas's coach, the seat's hot. It's warm, but it gets hot with a loss here against Notre Dame. Real hot. A lot of coaches could be on the hot seat in week 5 in college football.
Okay. Next game.
Next game, I'm calling upset here, Rome. I like Pittsburgh at home to upset Louisville. I like this Pittsburgh team. They're a solid group, tough team. Louisville, this is their first road test of the year. They've kind of had a couple struggles up and down, really been inconsistent to me. I like Pittsburgh at home to upset Louisville. I think Pittsburgh's pretty good. I know they lost a tough one against West Virginia 2 weeks ago, but I like Pittsburgh here, plus 4.5. I think they're going to win this game outright, but give me Pittsburgh to cover at home against Louisville.
Wow. I think you skipped over the Indiana-Iowa game.
I did. I see that there. I mean, kind of like Illinois kind of skipped over them when they had them on the schedule last week too, right?
100%.
I like Indiana. I like a -7.5 here. Iowa got lucky last week and beat Rutgers. That was one of our plays on Friday.
Yeah.
Rutgers missed a kick, had another kick blocked, and gave up a 95-yard kickoff return as well. Indiana's not going to make those mistakes. Defensively, they're better. You mentioned the quarterback, Mendoza. What is he, the front runner for the Heisman?
Now that Mateer is gone,
transfer out of Cal. So he was at Cal last year. Number one transfer.
I thought he was out of Washington State.
California. Washington State's the Oklahoma guy.
Mateer?
So, yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I got him mixed up.
So Mateer, Washington State, Mendoza, Cal.
So, every time I hear Mateer's name, by the way, I always think about that football movie, like John Mateer. I think it's Keeping Up with the Titans. He was a linebacker. Oh no, sounds like a movie name. Sounds
really
like such
does.
a typical like country like chill name. He's cool. Yeah.
And it's interesting because John Mateer obviously was part of that possible gambling scandal as he was betting on the college games and NCAA tournament. Remember before the season that kind of got thrown under the rug, and we just kicked off the games and forgot about it since he got his PayPal account literally labeling USC versus UCLA.
Oh, that's right.
That's
right.
Remember?
Yeah.
So screenshots that people took back in 2021 or whatever year that was.
That probably did happen, to be honest with you. It probably did happen, but you're just kids. Who cares?
Yeah, it was only $20.
Yeah.
They called it an inside joke, but there's really not much way to prove it unless you really dig deep into it. And like I said, I don't mind, guys. I mean, we've been doing $20 bets since we were fucking 5 years old. Like, let's take it easy, people.
By the way, dude, I am looking forward to our steak dinner.
I had a steak tonight, so it was pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
Detroit Lions looking good, dude.
So
they're looking good.
I never turned down a steak dinner, Rome. Whether or not I got to buy or it's on the house.
No, dude, you're actually phenomenal about steak dinners. All right, so Indiana is gonna. Do they cover?
Yeah, I like Indiana to cover here. I'll take a -7.5.
Wow,
too much offense for Iowa. And
you know what? Yeah, they just blew out a way better Indiana team, so I like that.
Yeah, Iowa
or Illinois. My bad.
Yeah, I mean Iowa's sneaky, man. I mean, when you think they're going to get beat, they show up, and when you think they're going to show up, they don't. So we'll see. But I do like Indiana here.
I think Iowa has low key one of the best uniforms, mascots, color matches in all of sports. But I also am a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. It could just be the black and gold. I don't know.
I've always liked their logo, whether it's on football or the basketball hardwood.
Yeah,
I do like the
it's a good logo.
Iowa Hawkeyes. So
Yeah.
agree.
You got Tennessee next.
Tennessee against Mississippi State, 7.5, 64 over under. I'm going with Tennessee here. I know it's their first road game. They had a neutral site game to start the year against Syracuse. Syracuse is a pretty good football team. Unfortunately, they lost their quarterback last week to that Achilles tear. Kind of going to ruin their season, possibly.
Oh, wow.
But Mississippi State, I called it 2 weeks back that they would upset Arizona State at home. They're tough there. They just don't have the talent and the athletes, I think, to keep pace with Tennessee. Tennessee, Rome, we saw a couple weeks back when they had Georgia on the ropes. Should have probably won that game. Field goal kicker kind of got a little tight, choked that one away. But Tennessee, really stacked team, really good team. Can't afford a road slip up like this. I think Tennessee gets it done. I think they roll Mississippi State. Just too many players, too much offense. They'll get it done here.
Okay. They cover?
Yeah, I like Tennessee to cover. And then probably, one of the two games of the week for sure. You got LSU going in to Ole Miss to take on Mississippi. LSU's a 1.5 point dog. Mississippi is playing well. Lane Kiffin, he's trying to get this win over Brian Kelly and the Tigers. I'm going to ride with Mississippi. I like I like the quarterback.
Wow.
I like the quarterback, the guy that's come in and replaced the other QB that got injured. This guy he's playing good. He's a better thrower of the ball. Maybe not as athletic, but I think he's underrated there as well. And LSU's looked shaky in offense. I know they played against a bad team last week and got 50, 60 points. But hey, who doesn't get 50, 60 points against like Texas Southern? I mean, everybody can score on those guys. So it's going to be a dogfight. It's going to be a hell of a game. It's going to be definitely one of the two screens that I'm focused watching games. But I like Lane Kiffin. I like Mississippi to pull out the win at home as a slight favorite over LSU.
How much do they win by?
Less than a touchdown.
Okay, less than a touchdown.
And so I'd say they probably win. I'm going to say they win between 2 and 5 points. That's going to be a tight game.
All right. So taking the -1.5. I don't know if you've heard, but Lane Kiffin's daughter is dating a LSU starting linebacker, I believe. And they just came out and socialed about it.
Is it Meeks or Weeks? Is it that guy?
Can't remember who it was. And so someone on X was saying, like, pretty sure Lane Kiffin's going to be extra motivated this week to lay it down, pick the over on this one. And he responded to it. He actually said, yeah, definitely get the over. We're bringing it. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, they're going to need to bring it because LSU's really good. I mean, LSU's as talented as anybody gets. We've seen that already this year.
They don't look like the number 4 ranked team, though. It's a little high.
Well, if they beat Mississippi, if they win Mississippi, that'll be wins at Clemson and Mississippi. I know Clemson's had their struggles, but if you can win an opening game at Clemson, you win this game, and you beat Florida, that's a nice little stretch of 3 of 5 games to have victories for. This is a big game. I don't want to say it's a playoff eliminator because I think both these teams are playoff bound if they can hold true to hold serve, but it's going to be a good one. It's going to be a good one in Oxford there.
Nice. Ole Miss, kind of shocked that you would do that. You got next game.
Well, we've been talking about Illinois a lot, right? And you've been talking about USC. Like, I think I'm in agreement to Rome. I don't know how good USC is. I don't think Illinois is nearly as bad against ranked opponents as they were last week. I'm going with Illinois to cover this game. I like Illinois plus 6.5. They're going to bounce back. You can't get embarrassed.
Dude,
like
USC is favored by 6.5.
That's a lot of points.
What the hell? They can't.
It's a lot of points.
That's ridiculous. It's in Illinois too.
It's in Illinois too.
Wait, was the last game in Illinois as well?
No, that was in Indiana.
Oh, dude, they're not getting any respect.
No respect, Rome. So I think, when you're a defense that's, and Illinois I think came in ranked as a top 10 defense going into that game, and they got embarrassed. They've been embarrassed the whole week. Now you go home, screaming fans. You got the, West Coast pretty boy USC, the marching band, the men of Troy coming to town. First time these games maybe have ever meant, program history. I don't know, because it's Big Ten, Pac-12 back in the day. I like Illinois here. I like this USC football team. I think USC maybe squeezes out the win, but I like Illinois to cover this game for sure. That's one of my better bets of the week. I like Illinois plus 6.5.
Wow, 6.5. It's just Illinois didn't do much last week, so everyone's just jumping off the bandwagon really fast. They have to
Yeah, I
respond.
mean it's perception. I mean perception is maybe Illinois is not as good as they presume to be. They weren't the number 9 ranked team in the country, but I think Illinois is between that 15 to 20th bubble. But I think USC is probably around the same. So to be almost a touchdown favorite on the road, that's a steep hill for USC to cover since they didn't look that good at Purdue, who's way worse than Illinois. They only won that game by like 17 points on the road. So
Which is why I
I think
asked earlier.
so.
I know
I'm
they
gonna
got the
take
victory, but it was like that final score is really deceiving.
yeah. So I'm taking the points. I'm taking Illinois plus 6.5.
All right, Auburn, Texas A&M. You have like a love affair with Texas A&M.
I do have a love affair of Texas A&M, but I'm taking Auburn plus 6.5 here.
Woo!
Auburn showed me a little something that I didn't think they had. The defense was fired up against Oklahoma last week. Tough
They're good.
loss.
They're good.
Tough loss. But they got to clean that offensive line up, Rome. They gave up 10 sacks last week, their quarterback, including the late safety sack for the cover by Oklahoma. So, hey, I'm all for that, man. A backdoor cover that goes in your favor. That was a thing of beauty.
There was something that happened in that game. I can't remember what it was.
All the
That kind of tilted
yes.
for Oklahoma's favor, and there was chatter about on X that people were saying Auburn probably should have won that game.
I don't think Auburn should have won the game, but the play you're talking about's like I don't know what they called it, but Oklahoma basically pulled a rope a dope because they faked like a guy was going out of the game, but he didn't really go out of the game.
Oh,
And
yeah.
then they snuck him down the sidelines for a touchdown. And you can't, quote unquote, play confusing signals of guys on the field.
But allegedly, they already spoke to the refs saying like he was already eligible. Yeah.
Yes. Well, I mean, yeah.
How
I
bad
mean,
was the play? 'Cause I didn't get a chance to rewatch it yet.
So you know how guys start jogging like they're going off the field and like other guys are coming in. So he basically was lightly jogging off the field,
Did it look like
but didn't
motion
go
as well,
off.
though?
Huh?
Like, could it look like motion though?
No, it was no motion.
No.
Like
Oh.
it was like so these guys were huddled and he was going off, but he never went off the field. And so he lined up legally and let the ref check with the referee that he was lined up legally. And the ref was like, yes, you're good. And there was only 11 guys on the field. And since he never checked out of the game, you don't have to hold the ball to wait for the defense to get set because it's not a substitution. And then they just snapped it real quick, got the touchdown. Now, the NFL used to do a lot of this on trick punt plays where they would fake like a guy's going off and he would sneak down the sideline and he would be like, oh, where'd this guy come from? He wasn't lined up in punt formation. It was the old, NFL trick play. So I don't really think it should have been a penalty. It's just one of those, hey, like a trick play, trick formation. We fooled you and we got you. So it's how it goes sometimes.
Crazy. That's what it was. I remember that now.
But I'm taking Auburn plus 6.5 against
right.
Texas A&M.
That would be a big win if they could pull it off.
I think A&M's probably going to win the game. I want A&M to win that game. As you mentioned, Rome, I do have a love affair for Texas A&M. And obviously Texas Tech because I got family over there. So, Who knows?
Texas guy, you just don't like Texas. Go figure.
Austin, it's a different kind of town for me. But
Have you been there?
I would love to go to Austin.
It's actually really cool.
But
Uh,
I like all those towns. Honestly, I would go to Austin. I would go to Fort Worth. I've been to Fort Worth. I would go to Lubbock. I'd go to College Station in Texas A&M. I would go to Houston. I'd go to all those places. I mean, I think Texas would be a great place to go chill and hang out. Maybe they want to throw us some tickets. We'll go down there, do a live show.
I would go out to Texas. It's kind of fun. All right. Next game, you got Oregon against Penn State.
Yeah, I mean, Rome, this is another great game. I mean, we've got two, three, basically 3 games of top 10 matchups this weekend. And this is
Well,
another one. Penn State hasn't looked great. Oregon has looked really good here going in on the road. I'm going to ride with the home team, Penn State. I mean, James Franklin never beats anybody in the top 10. He hasn't in a while. I've got Penn State winning the national title. Oregon's looked great, but this is a different animal to go on the road, young team, young quarterback to get this victory. It's going to be difficult. I'm going to ride with Penn State coming off the bye week to prepare for this game. James Franklin and these guys have put all their eggs in this basket. There's not a coach more in America that needs a big win and a statement win. I think Penn State gets it. They beat Oregon by at least a touchdown. I like Penn State by 10 points in this one.
wow. Okay. By at least 10 points.
Yeah, I think Penn State wins by 10 or more. That might be crazy talk. It might be that's 12:30 at night, but yeah. Either way, I like them to cover.
All right. Sounds good. Okay. Alabama, Georgia. Ooh.
Ooh, I mean, game seems like it's lost a little bit of steam given where Alabama is as a program. But I think they've regrouped after Florida State beat them, and I think everybody's starting to jump on the train and realize maybe Florida State is a top 5 football team in the country. We'll find out on Friday after that game of Virginia. I'm going to go Georgia here. Georgia always seems when they play Alabama, they always seem to play at Alabama. This is the first time I can remember Alabama ever going to Georgia in the last 10, 12 years. I don't remember the last time they played in Athens, Georgia. I'm going with the Bulldogs, like that Allstate commercial where the dude's just barking at his boss. I think there's gonna be a lot of barking at the Bama fans Saturday night. I like the Bulldogs over Bama. Give me Georgia -3.
Georgia just, I think, pull out a tough victory against Tennessee
That was a
couple
hell of a
weeks
game.
ago.
Hell of a game.
That was an overtime game. I don't remember who they played off before that.
Nobody of significance. I think
Yeah.
Akron and maybe somebody else in there.
It's a tough matchup here. How
Bama's
good is
look-
Georgia? We don't know yet.
I don't know. I mean, I thought Tennessee was going to beat them, and Tennessee had them on the ropes. But Georgia's not ready to relinquish their power atop the SEC.
You did call that, actually. Tennessee was close. They should have won that, actually.
They should have won. Remember the kicker? He got cold feet, man. He got cold feet. Tennessee still did cover, so we did hit that. They still did cover. But I'm not sure how good really Georgia is. Gunnar Stockton.
I don't know either.
He's shown me a lot of fight.
That's what's weird about so far this college football year, and probably the NFL too. You still have a handful of teams that are highly regarded, and we just don't know whether they're good or not still. But there hasn't been enough football games to be played. But it is September.
It's September and it's also your schedule too, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we watched Alabama get whipped by Florida State. People basically said they sucked. Then they come back and win the next week 70-3, and then they demolish a bad Wisconsin team like 42-10, whatever that was. And now everybody's like, "Hey, you know what? Alabama's not bad, and guess what? Florida State's really good."
Yeah.
And then Georgia literally had no passing touchdowns the first 2 games of the year. We were kind of wondering if Gunnar Stockton could throw the ball. First play against Tennessee, they get like a 50-yard pass for almost a touchdown, and they get in a shootout of a 44-41 win, whatever that was. So, like I said, Georgia Never plays Alabama, it seems like, at home. I like Georgia here. I'm just going to stick with the more experienced team, the better coach. Give me the Bulldogs.
Ohio State, Washington. Why is this part of your list?
It's a big game in the
For
Big Ten.
who?
I think for both teams. I mean, personally, it's on my list because Ohio State never plays Washington. Washington's kind of getting a lot of love here. This betting line is been betting down. I don't know why. I mean, I'm not high on Washington like everybody seems to be right now. They beat a bad Washington State team, a bad Colorado State team, and somebody else as well. I think Ohio State goes into Washington, the Pacific Northwest, and blows Washington out. Just blows them out. It's not even going to be close. I think they're going to win by 3 scores in this game.
Washington beat out Colorado State 30-21. UC Davis, which I didn't even know they had a football team, 70-10.
Yeah,
And then
well,
they
they don't.
and then
You don't have a football team that can beat 70-10.
and then they won the Apple Cup, right?
Yeah, it's the Apple Cup.
Apple Cup 59-24. It was an ass whooping.
Washington State sucks. UC Davis, I mean, that's just a bunch of nerds pitting on helmets and pads. It sounds like from that score.
That's crazy to talk to. That's crazy.
And
Washington
Colorado
has a
State,
tough. They have a tough schedule. They face Michigan in a couple weeks. Rutgers, which
I like Rutgers.
can be kind of tricky. They face Illinois after Michigan. Wisconsin, which I'm just trying to blank at Wisconsin. Maybe this is a down year for them. They're
It's a
usually
down
pretty
year.
tough. Yeah, down year. Purdue, which has been I don't even know if Purdue's good or not.
Not very good, but better than the 1-11 or 0-12 record they had last year. We'll leave it at that.
They got UCLA, and then they ended with
I
Oregon.
do know UCLA is not good. I do know that.
You know what? Someone did an article about UCLA, and they talked about how UCLA did spend some money in the offseason, right? For NIL. And when I was looking at the comments about UCLA, because I used to go to UCLA games, it was never that empty. It was a fun tailgate, drinking in the Rose Bowl, parking lot, throwing the football. I remember getting a football stuck to one of the trees. I'm still pretty pissed about it. So seeing those pictures about from the UCLA game, and then you hear like Petro some money from down in Southern California talking about how they should build a stadium, like a little 30-foot stadium. I'm
I
like,
agree with that.
I don't know, man. Westwood's a really interesting spot. It's kind of tight. It's in Brentwood. It's a lot of money in there. It's like pretty ritzy. Building a stadium there doesn't really fit. I like the Rose Bowl. I've been going to the Rose Bowl for my whole life, except for, granted, I have not gone much since I've been up here in the Bay Area in the last 10 years. So whatever has happened in the last 10 years, it's far from what it used to be, because it was a packed house, great times. Yeah, that's all.
I saw what Petro said. I couldn't agree more. I agree. Build a 40,000 seat stadium on campus. It sounds like they've got the land and everything set up there that they could do it. And like you mentioned, like play USC at the Rose Bowl, play a Michigan, play an Ohio State.
Right, yeah.
Where you gonna get 80,000 people in there, do it. Because I mean, if you got a 75 to 80,000 stadium and you're only realistically getting 20,000, 25, it's the optics don't look good, Rome. It just does not look good when you get those aerial shots, and you paid what you mentioned. They paid New Mexico what 1.3, 1.5 million, and they just go in there and whip you. I will say this. UCLA is looking a lot like my Florida State did last year, where it just looks like you're basically taking on more shit than you can handle. But look, if you get the right coaching in there, you get the right players, and you have the money to spend, you can get back in the top 10 or 15. It's really, no matter what you say with college football or even college basketball, you're only a year away if you get the right guys and the right money lined up.
Dude, I liked the way it was going with Chip Kelly. It was a lot of fun. We were beating up on USC, or at least being competitive. It was a good time, and he just bounces out. Like, that really changed everything. That really, like, at the worst possible time, late in the off season, it totally ripped apart basically the last 6 years of what they were building in a
I
matter
think
of seconds.
I think Chip Kelly did a good job there. I mean, better than any coach has done there in probably the last 15, 20 years. I mean, I
I wouldn't say
know,
20 years, but
yeah, maybe. I mean, UCLA's
am I still living the
UCLA's
Carl Terrell year? How long ago was
yeah,
that? I don't even
yeah.
know.
I think we were probably in high school, dude, back then. I don't know if you want to go that far back, but
All right. Let's circle back to Ohio State and Washington. I don't see why it's a big game, but you got
I got Ohio State winning by 3 scores. I love Ohio State -8.
by 3 scores. All right. I can kind of dig that. Your last game of the week.
Last game to watch is for all the degenerate guys, Rome. You're out 10 o'clock, sneaking into that last bar. Boom. Third quarter starting. Colorado, BYU. You go, hey, that's that Dion guy, right? Hey, that's BYU, the freshman quarterback. Lefty, number 47. When's the last time you saw a quarterback that was a lefty number 47? That's something like Jason would be, a lefty quarterback number 47. That's the number he would wear. But I'm going to go over 48.5 in this game. I'm going to say Colorado, Nebraska. The play here is over 48.5. I think it's going to be a high scoring game. Late second half is going to be full of action. Close game. Ultimately, I think BYU pulls it out, but I'm going to go 48.5 on the over Colorado and BYU.
Okay, 2 over-unders. You typically don't do a lot of over-unders, and you got 2 this week. Kind of surprised. That's usually my thing.
That is usually your thing, Rome, but as they say, when in Rome, you got to think outside the box. So I've got some over-unders this week in the NFL when we do that. Obviously, we'll do our side picks, but I do have some over-under bets that I do like for that as well.
Any guaranteed locks for this week? You have 3 that you want to give the guys?
Ooh, that's a good question. I'm going to give you one on Friday night, Arizona State -3. I think I already mentioned Ohio State -8.
I think that's a safe lock.
And I'll give you 2. Yeah, I'll go. Give me Illinois +6.5. Put them on the board as a lock of the week. Those are that would be my 3 top plays on the games to watch to bet this week.
I like it. All right.
Don't let me down, Illinois. Don't let me down, man.
Don't let us down, guys.
Because I plan on pinning you in the Westgate, my personal Westgate selection too. So
Woo!
do not be letting me down.
I kind of do like that Oregon game though, or no, Ohio State game.
I really like that game.
That almost sounds like a guarantee.
Well, might as well guarantee it right here.
I might be guaranteeing that one.
Yeah, I like it. I like that one a lot.
All right, cool. We are gonna put this up on YouTube. Check us out on YouTube, or if you're watching this on YouTube, I guess you already know. Podcasts live on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you like listening to your favorite podcasts, including our show, Source from the Sofa. Be sure to subscribe, like us, give us a review, a 5-star review. You know you want to do it. We need to feel some love here.
Leave a comment too. Leave a comment.
Leave a comment. You can leave comments now on Spotify. Give us 5 stars. We need to get some reviews on here. We know people are listening, but we need people to take the next step and leave a fucking comment. Boost us up, baby. Boost us up. All right. Any final thoughts, Aaron, before we check out for today?
No, I mean, I think we kind of covered everything in the first segment for the recap of last week. Coaches getting fired. I like the preview of games we got this week. Romy mentioned 13. I agree. I think it's the most I've had this year since at least week 1.
Oh, from last year you had fucking 20.
I think I had 18 or 21.
It was wild. We're like, dude, who's watching all these games? You're like, dude, that's all I do.
Yeah. I mean, Rome. I've between starting tomorrow with Thursday NFL football till Monday. It's you're on the couch watching games. It will start at 9 a.m. Saturday, college football, 2 TVs going, and that will roll all the way till 11:30 in the night once I get done watching BYU Colorado if I make it that late.
Yeah.
Since there's no F1, I can sleep in on Sunday, so that helps me tremendously.
No F1. I do like the games, especially all the big games are in the morning or early afternoon. I am scheduled to work at the restaurant this weekend, but that's all depending on tomorrow's exam, which I'm hoping I finally get the news that something's torn and I'm out 3 to 4 months. Because honestly, this shit hurts. We'll see.
This game didn't make the games to watch because who would want to watch it? UCLA versus Northwestern, but I like UCLA to cover 6 points at Northwestern.
Shut up, dude.
Just I'm not gonna watch it.
Shut up. Last thing you gave us the UCLA to cover, they got their ass beat.
Yeah, that was against Utah.
Yeah. What's the game for UCLA?
Versus Northwestern.
Northwestern. Let's pull it up real quick. Dude, what a fall from grace from them. Even getting some respect at the end of last year, being competitive, and then just a no-show this year so far. It's been pretty bad. They already had a bye week, huh?
Yeah, last week was their bye, right?
Thank God. Oh, that's why they fired Foster.
Yeah. Who's the interim coach?
I don't know.
Was it like a special teams coordinator guy or something?
Don't know. Northwestern. I feel like I played with Northwestern for some reason on college football 2002. One of those iterations.
I don't know. Northwestern's a school I would never play with.
I know I played with Kansas State a few times.
I love Kansas State. I love playing with Kansas State. Northwestern, it doesn't do anything for me.
Yeah. Dude,
so like I said, I like UCLA to cover 6 points here.
UCLA plays Penn State the week after. That's brutal. Then they play Indiana. They have a couple, like, possibly, I don't know, like maybe it's winnable against Michigan State and Maryland. Doubt it.
Maryland's a no. Where's the Michigan State game at?
In Michigan.
That's a no. Okay, I'll run down the list. I'll tell you if they're going to win a game.
They
can beat Northwestern. They can beat Northwestern.
Then they go into Indiana to play at the end of October.
They're going to get destroyed.
Then Nebraska comes to town. Let's get tickets to that one. I am serious about that one. I do want to go to that one. Nebraska.
You can walk in for free. Put your Nebraska hoodie on, and you're in for free.
I'm going to get a new Nebraska gear, but I'm also going to have my UCLA jersey there just in case.
Why don't you just do like those family members do where it's half and half, like half red, half blue?
I can't do it.
You might, cut.
Everyone knows.
Cut the jersey short so you got your little belly button, whatever you want to go out right there.
Wow. I'll ask Juco or Jessica or whatever the guy from the 49ers wife to make me a dress or something.
Use check, yeah. Use check,
there you go.
And she makes some pretty nice stuff. She's pretty talented on that stuff.
Then after Nebraska, they have to go into Ohio State. Wow. This is a tough schedule, man. This is a tough schedule for a bad team. And then they play Washington.
And then what, USC?
And then USC.
Rome, I'm going to say it right now. If they don't beat Northwestern on Saturday, I don't know if they're going to win a game.
Yeah, I don't even know how good Maryland is.
Maryland's not bad. Where's that at? Maryland? Or are they at home against them?
Let me go back, dude.
Because Maryland is not bad.
It's in the Rose Bowl.
Okay. Slight chance, but Maryland's not bad, dude. They're not bad at all. They just smoked up on Wisconsin pretty good at Wisconsin this last weekend. So Maryland's not bad.
That's not a good sign because Wisconsin's usually a tough out, no matter how good or bad they are.
Especially in Madison, Wisconsin. So I'm going to say right now, I'm not sure they win a game. I mean, I think they can beat Northwestern. That's why I say they're going to cover the 6 points. But maybe Deshaun Foster didn't get fired. Maybe he just resigned and said, I can't afford to go 0-12. I don't want it on my resume. That's
It's
tough, dude, because has UCLA football ever not won a game in program history? That's a really good quiz question.
they've been at least competitive in my lifetime. It's been very far few years like this. I can't remember the last time it's been this bleak. Besides, I think like the first Chip Kelly year, but I think that was a COVID year, so that's kind of like a wash for me. Um, well, it hasn't been great the last 10 years. Let's be honest.
Let's be honest, it hasn't, Rome. And you mentioned that schedule. This feels a lot like a Florida State season last year. It just is what it is. Where it's just like you're scraping to try to get a win, and you're just gonna get your ass whipped week in, week out against the good teams.
Yeah. All right, I'm done talking about UCLA. Um, awesome. College games of the week, college games to watch. Aaron, a great slate we got locked in for you. What's your record now before we go from last week? Last week, I think you were. You counted the
Well,
bonus game that wasn't part of the.
yeah, I did count the bonus game because
Of
you got
course
it
you
because
did.
it was a
Course.
win. So
Yeah.
I would have counted it as a loss too.
Yeah.
And hey, give me UCLA +6. It's a bonus game. I'm throwing that out there right now. I'll take the L if they can't get it done. Because if they can't get it done, screw you guys. Go 0-12. I don't care. We
We could.
are 28 wins, 20 losses on the year in games of the week to watch.
Hold on. What is it?
28 wins, 20 losses.
Oh,
We're hitting
damn.
we're hitting 60%, right? That threshold.
Yeah.
And these aren't even like are necessarily say best bets. These are just games to watch, games to,
Yeah.
we're giving you a side and pick on every one of those. But yeah, last week was my first losing week on that. Good
Huh.
Westgate though. I was good. I had a good Westgate run though.
I'm glad you were good at Westgate. Yeah.
Well, we went 4-3 as a group, so it's not bad.
I could have sworn we were so much better last year.
I don't know. We might have been throwing more over unders in last year.
I only did over unders, but basically, I'm like, this is definitely going over. All right, cool, man. Awesome record. We'll update the socials for that. And next episode will be NFL lines. Jason should be there for that. Hopefully, we have a special guest. Not sure if recording early enough for him or not, but we'll keep you.
What time? What time's the plan to record tomorrow?
Don't know.
Probably. Well,
It's whether I have to give up stand up for it, but I really need to get some reps for stand up, so I don't really have another chance to do it.
Yeah. I mean, if you're doing stand up, for sure the guest isn't coming on. I can tell you that right now.
Yeah.
That's a gimme.
Yeah.
You can put me down for that.
By the way, I did talk to my friend who sneaks into the Niners games. He said he did it again. He showed me pictures of where he started, where he ended up. He
started like in like going through these tunnels or however he gets there.
He started by sitting upstairs in the bleachers, way up high. He ended up down on the lower level, and then at the end of the game, he was in the VIP section with catering somehow.
So how's he get the VIP? I mean, this guy's not loaded with any cash.
Don't know. I did invite him to come on the pod, and he said he's going to try to go again this weekend on Sunday.
Yeah, they got Jacksonville.
I kind of want to go to that game, actually.
I think it's going to be a good game.
Because the Niners games, they don't have like a lot of enticing games. They have the Bears. I want to go to the Bears game. Rams, of course, kind of look good. But I'd rather go see the Steelers down in Chargers. And I was like a handful of games I'd rather go to than that. But I might have to tag team with him on this Sunday to kind of see how it works, because it might be kind of fun.
You might as well to see really how it works. I mean, did he say how much money he spent total?
No, I was busy limping around the restaurant, and
So
yeah. All right.
it's interesting, man. It's real interesting. What's this guy look like, dude?
You know, he's like,
Is he like a charisma dude? He got a lot of charisma.
nah, he just looks like the typical Hispanic guy with like the weird like fade haircut that looks awkward because it's like it
He
goes
got
like
like some fake earrings too.
fake earrings, the Edgar haircut, just like very typical.
He got the gold or silver chain too around the
Too
neck.
much cologne.
I mean, maybe that's why he gets in. They're just tired of fucking getting a whiff of him. Like, hey, just pass it on, bro.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. All
I
right.
don't know. Honestly, I wanted to see like put the little like have a little pocket, put the phone there, and just record the whole session going through, and what is said and how it's done because it's
Oh no, it's like a ruin it for everybody. That's a tough one.
I just show us. I mean,
Yeah,
that's it. We're not here to leak. I mean,
it'll be on our Discord channel or
yeah.
Patreon. Yeah,
I mean, he can come on. He probably should wear a mask or do the show, do it in the dark. I don't want to get him in trouble here
exactly.
because some guy's gonna listen to the show and be like, that's the guy. He's been doing this whole
We'll
time.
do like what Pablo Torre finds out how he has like his gas like mag.
Honestly, Rome, I'm more fascinated by this story than I am Balmer's and circumventing the salary cap. This
Dude,
one seems.
I haven't heard
I want
anything
to know how
about
you
that.
I want to know how you circumvent Levi Stadium because that's what we're getting. And the catering.
And the catering. Now he ended up in the VIP section. He did show me pictures. I'm like, what? How? How?
Exactly how.
How? I don't know. Um.
What's
All
this
right.
guy do for what's he do for work?
He works at my restaurant. He works at several restaurants.
Like
A lot
high
of
end? Does he work high end?
he's on a high end server. The fact that we work at the same restaurants, it's more about me, not working at a Michelin restaurant more than anything else.
But does
It's
he
not
work
that
at a Michelin? Is that kind of like his way to
he
sneak in?
he would not work at a Michelin restaurant. He's not that level.
Let me let me ask you this, Rome. Does he seem like an honest or kind of a full of shit guy? Like if you were to meet him, you're like, yeah, this guy's just something's off. He's a bit of a BS or full of shit guy. Because that's the vibes I'm kind of getting based off what he's doing.
Yeah, his eyes always slanted. He got like his little earrings already plugged in. You know, just always got the joint rolled up. He's just like one of those guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this pod up. Source from the sofa. NFL lines next. Thanks for the recap, Aaron. Uh, Looking forward to having Jason. We have to have Jason next time because we got to catch up with his Notre Dame stuff and see how he's feeling. He's on cloud nine right now. I'll do it. We are out.